Good evening. Just 2 days after the Titans' thrilling win in Minnesota helped the team to its best start in a dozen years, 8 positive tests brought operations to a halt at St. Thomas Sports Park.
News Channel 5's Steve Lehman's been following this developing story all day. Steve, what does this mean for Sunday's game?
Rory and Vicky, we don't yet know what this does to the Titans game on Sunday against the Steelers, but what we do know right now is that 8 new positive tests this morning brings the total of coronavirus cases inside the franchise to 9 over the past 4 days. That outbreak, the first in the NFL this year, prompted St. Thomas Sports Park to be shut down until Saturday as team and league officials try to control the spread of the virus. Despite Tuesday being an off day, coaches and many players were already at the team facility when news came down this morning. They were retested and then sent home. The results of those tests will be known either late tonight or early tomorrow. Now, the players impacted are captain and defensive tackle Daquan Jones, long snapper Bo Brinkley, and practice squad tight end Tommy Hudson. They now join linebackers coach Shane Bowen and 5 other staff members in protocol. As for this weekend's unbeaten showdown with the Steelers, it could still happen as scheduled if no other positive tests arise. The NFL expanded both game day rosters and practice squads this season to help teams cope with a small number of positives amongst players. Remember, the Titans are at just 3. The league's also reportedly making contingency plans to play Monday or even Tuesday next week. The Titans' positive test also forced the Vikings to shut down their facility today to do contact tracing from Sunday's game, though that team has had no positives so far. Of course, Sunday's game is supposed to be the first chance for fans to see the Titans in person this year at Nissan Stadium. News Channel 5's Chris Davis spoke to a few downtown today. Chris, what was their reaction?
You know, Steve, most of those had already gotten word about this news, but for a few, we had to be the ones that tell them that their favorite team that has been so dominant this year now has to hit the pause button.
I think the team was on a roll.
No matter who you ask,
we hope they get to play so they can go 4-0.
Titans fans seem to have the two-tone blues.
It's sad. I mean, it seems pretty typical of the times that we're in these days.
Of course, there's never a good time to deal with a COVID-19 outbreak. Robert DELANEY just wishes it wasn't when the team was red hot.
It just seems like when we get off to a good start, things end too abruptly.
He's saddened, but not surprised.
When you consider the nature of the sport, I mean, people are lined up really close to each other and making a lot of physical contact with each other, and so it just seems to me that it's inevitable.
But longtime fan Tony Nash believes it doesn't have to be inevitable.
You see what everybody's doing, the NHL, NBA. They've had 0 cases in a bubble, and I think with this, you're inevitably going to have it with these teams traveling around the country.
I certainly think we can be surprised by this.
Tyler Smith is one of a few Titan season ticket holders that didn't ask for his money back this year in hopes of being one of a few thousand that can socially distance inside Nissan Stadium.
Try to go to as many games as we can.
But he says he's prepared to be flexible.
I think you have to be prepared for a final hour text message or a call that says, unfortunately, today's game isn't going to allow fans. Kind of hope for the best, expect the worst scenario.
Flexibility and hope, the only 2 potential remedies at this point for a case of the two-tone blues.
I just, hope they can get back to play this year, because I think this past weekend you finally felt some normal going on in the world, and I think that's what people are looking for.
So will we see a few thousand Flamehead fans come into Nissan Stadium on Sunday? Will the game even take place on Sunday? Only time will tell. Live downtown, Chris Davis, News Channel 5.